Shit. Hey, yo, we apologize, but we back, and I don't think we're gonna have any more problems now. I don't think we're gonna have any more problems now. We back. All right. So you want to kick this conversation off, or you want me to kick it off?
No, you. This your show. This your world. I'm just trying to
Well,
be in it.
let me kick this thing off.
Mm.
We talking about tonight, y'all. As y'all come in, damn, I hate that stuff happening. That really kind of done burnt me up a little bit.
It's all right.
Um, so let's go back to. Do you think that's a,
We gonna just run it from the top.
right? Do you think that's a legitimate reason? What we was just talking about before we got destroyed by this technology. Um,
Well, see, what we gonna do? We gonna run it on back from the start of fresh because we done. A lot of people may have not been in. We got may have whole all new guests. So
right. So we was talking about prioritizing. Um, no, it wasn't. I got so many shit, so much shit. Emotional peace and low stress, avoiding
yep.
drama, conflict, and insecurity that can come with relationships. Avoiding
And
drama,
I think
conflict, and insecurity.
that okay. So I guess people do think that sometimes being in a commitment can bring along a lot of unnecessary stress or issues. However, I think also that that's just. I think sometimes it's not the commitment that people don't want to take to be in. I think it's more so the accountability that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are really just try to avoid accountability. You know, when you offer somebody a commitment that comes with accountability, so you have to be held accountable for your actions. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, and how you move.
And I
So
think I
I
think
think that.
also I think also with grown men, we don't like to be told what to do. We don't like to be questioned.
Hmm.
That's why a lot of us don't join the military or whatever, because we don't like to be questioned. Me personally, I don't like to be questioned. If I come home and I'm questioned like, where you been? Why you out so late? I mean, I know it's a thing of respect. I know you should respect a woman. Come home at a decent hour. I respect that.
Right.
But most of the time, before women even check on your, make sure you even all right, make sure your
Right.
safety is good. They'll be going off like, why the fuck you out all night and all that before they even check on your safety.
I agree.
Just assuming that they out doing bad, doing some dirt,
I
cheating.
agree. And sometimes the approach that people have with each other can trigger unnecessary issues. So now as that man, he already feel like he's grown, and the approach that you approached him with those questions made him probably address them in a way that he may have not addressed them had you came in a better manner. But that comes at accountability also though. As that man, I think if it's at that late of an hour and she's questioning that, then that means that there was a disregard in the beginning that maybe you didn't even check in. You know, you would want that woman to have that same type of respect if she's gonna be out with the ladies pretty late or something. You would want her as your woman to check in and say, "Hey, I'm good, babe. I'm straight. I'm just with the ladies." I think if a man done that, I think that he should have, as a grown man, he should have the freedom to be able to do that without somebody hounding him, saying, "Ah, la, 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 la." Like, I ain't giving no man no curfew. I want you to give it to yourself. If a man respects you enough, he's gonna move in a respectful way with you anyway. He's not gonna come in all the time the next morning. But I also, as a grown man, as a grown woman, I'm not gonna tell a man what time he needs to be in the house.
Right. So let's say
He's
let's
grown.
say something happened tragically. He loses his job or something. He probably living in your home, right? Living with you. He loses his
Hmm.
job, so you really paying the bills, and you got to understand what y'all females don't understand. A man already feel bad because that's the number one. That's the number one thing that we be want to do is being able to be proud to be able to take care of our house
Right,
home. You know what I'm saying? But then
right.
some
Exactly.
women make a man lose self esteem. Oh, you sorry ass, such and such,
Hmm.
and that can destroy a weak minded man.
Most definitely.
Really, that can destroy a lot of men because shit just not working out their way. They got to depend on the woman. Well, in reality, all men would I ain't gonna say want a woman to depend on them, but at the same time, be the security for the woman.
Right, most definitely. I mean, a man feels that a man has been groomed by parents, father, society that his duty is to provide and protect. So when a man feels like that those things have been stripped of him and he's not in a position to provide, then he feels like he can't adequately protect as well. And sometimes women will definitely try to kick a man at his lowest point because they feel like in though that some women,
Mm-hmm.
ladies, I'm saying some women, they feel that they hold the power because now they have the upper hand because they feel that man is dependent on them.
And I
So
feel
now
that.
they,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say now they feel like, oh, this nigga need me. He ain't going nowhere, side, you know. But I don't think that's the approach. A woman that really loves you, she got you regardless. And in those moments, y'all, those aren't gonna even be conversations that y'all got to talk about. If a man is at his lowest, I don't think a woman even needs to bring that up. We all know what's going on. You know, some things just put your hand on his shoulder, and I got you.
But in reality,
You know
now
what I
we
mean?
we do know that in relationships, it's gonna be drama, it's gonna be conflict, right?
Right.
And it's gonna be insecurity. So would you want to put yourself in that environment to be with conflict, drama, and insecurity? When the guy's out with his homeboys, I mean, why? That I think that's a lot of reasons why people don't want to get in relationships because they don't want the drama and the conflict because it's gonna come with it. It's automatic. Ain't no relationship
But
perfect.
you're right. But I wouldn't want that with anybody. I would say I'm gonna be honest. If if there's a particular person that I see worth it, if I see the reward behind it, and I'm not talking about financial. Rewarding means if that person, the value that you see in that person, a life with that person, your time with that person, if that person brings a level of peace to your life, like being around this person makes your day better, then that may be somebody that's worth whatever comes with working through life with.
Mm-hmm.
But would it just be like, hey, I'm single right now. So oh, he's a nice guy established. Hey, you want to be my girlfriend? No, like I don't even know you well enough to know that that's something I want to even put myself through with you.
Mm-hmm.
But for the right person, everything's worth it
Okay.
because
Okay.
this is somebody that I'm willing to know that I care enough about that. Hey, I know this ain't gonna be easy, but you're the best part of my day, and I would put in the work to do what needs to be done to be a part of your world and you be a part of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not worth that. Like, just not know anybody worth that stress. Like, why I don't know how people jump in and out of relationships. Oh, you in this one, and then tomorrow you in this one. Like, oh, got a new boyfriend this week because they asked. No, I don't think that's cool. Like, everything ain't worth that stress. But if you find somebody that's worth it and you think they're worth it, then why not?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, it's all about emotional peace too. For some, avoiding relationships in a way to maintain stability and avoid the emotional trauma associated with past breakups or toxic relationships. You know what I'm saying? When you go into another relationship, it's gonna be in your mind, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. You're gonna think about those
Right,
past relationships, and then let's say you in a relationship where it was abusive. The
right.
next the next relationship you get in, one little argument can trigger that woman. Well, damn, I done got my ass whooped. And you get in with this new guy, one little smaller argument in her mind, she might think, damn, man might try to do the same thing this ex did. You know what I'm saying?
True. But
So
that means you're dealing with an unhealed person.
right. And
Because
they
if
and they
they're
shouldn't get
taking
into a relationship if they
they weren't ready for a relationship. If
mm-hmm.
they are still triggered by those things and they are still punishing the next person for the past person's mistakes, then you're not ready for something new with someone else.
But even it's still
Because-
on a physical level though. If you done had somebody beating the shit out you and you get with another person and he raised his voice or something like that, right?
Right.
It'll trigger you. You might grab a knife and kill this man, and he had no intentions of doing any
That
physical
means
harm
they
to you.
yes, but that means they still are not healed, and that is coming from a woman who was a survivor of an abusive relationship, a very, very abusive relationship. And I'm gonna tell you, I know this is weird. I like guys that trump over, like tower over me in size.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think because that that you wouldn't like that being that you've been in a abusive relationship, but nothing's better to know that this person has the capability of, he outweighs you in size, but you're safe with that person. You have to know who you're dealing with when you get with them. You know what I'm saying? So when you rush into relationships, that means you haven't actually gotten to know that person and to feel comfortable enough to know that this person wouldn't harm me.
Okay.
So if you go ahead.
No, I just wanted to let them know that we are taking callers. Anybody want to call in? We finally got everything. Seemed like everything running smooth finally. So if anybody want to
Right.
call in, see, it's running smooth, right?
Right.
If anybody want to call in and state their opinion on things. All right. Do you have anything before I go to another reason why I think people?
No, go ahead.
Um. Ooh, I got my list wrote down, man. I wish Damon could be here with us.
Yeah, he does bring. We miss you, Day Mom. We
Yeah,
hope
we
you
miss you,
watch and we
man. We
can get
miss you.
off.
We gonna get it right. We gonna get it right. Um. Oh, I got so much stuff, man. Chris McGill said you would never know a person,
But you will learn their ways.
but you will learn. I was trying to figure. He said bit. Okay,
Yeah.
but I get it.
Yeah. Typo. He means, but he said you would never know a person, but you will learn their ways.
All right,
Um.
I think I got a good one right here.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
Frustration with modern dating apps and a perceived lack of suitable candidates often leads people to prefer their own company. So think about it. You get on these dating apps, right? And you meet all these different people, and you meet 5, 6, 7, don't work out, and you just hoping you come across the right one. That causes fatigue to where you just like, you know what? Fuck it, I don't want to date.
Well, that's because then that means that you're searching for something. You're searching, and I mean, sometimes when you search for anything, it can be overwhelming because that means you have expectations. Because if you're looking for something, that means you have expectations of finding something. Am I right? But if you learn to be okay with yourself and just let it flow, you never know. Like I know that like when I wasn't looking for the best things happened to me when I wasn't expecting them. Like when I first went through, I was married for 18 years. So when I went through my divorce, I was like, "Oh, I'm outside. I'm forget this. I ain't trying to be in love. I have no faith in love no more. I'm done with that. I don't ever want to do that no more. I'm good." And that was about a year or two after the separation. Because divorce is like a death. When you've given somebody that much of your life, it's hurtful. Whether you know it's for the best or not, that doesn't make it hurt any less.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was least expecting it, I'm like, man, what I'm looking for is never, I'm not gonna find that. It doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And I was cool with that. Like I'm like, man, it wasn't no sweat off my back. And when you least expect it, and you're okay with being by yourself, and you're enjoying you and learning you, that's when things happen. And when you least expect it, you're like, boom, there's this person that you thought didn't exist. So like sometimes those dating apps, it's like you have an expectation. You're looking for something instead of just letting it find you.
Well, it really ain't necessarily got to be the dating apps. Sometimes you just be in a world out here in the world, meet different
Right.
people.
But I mean, I was just responding to you
Yeah,
saying,
yeah, 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 yeah.
that fatigue from the apps though.
Yeah, you
And
can
I was
meet.
thinking, you over exhausting your own self with that.
Right, you can meet a whole bunch of crazy people in this world, and you just get tired of just meeting people. Um,
Starting
talk
over.
you talk for 3 or 4 weeks. The lack of
Right.
communication, y'all exchange numbers. Don't hear from this person for 2 or 3 weeks. Then you meet somebody
Yeah.
else. The same shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a
Right.
cycle. Because
Yeah.
and,
And
and
that
those
can be
dating apps,
draining.
people exchange numbers, text for a couple of days, meet somebody else, text for a couple of days, and they don't get no outcome of their search. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I
Have
think
you tried the dating apps?
hell yeah I have.
Really?
Hell yeah. In my life, yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, of course I have. I'm sure you have too.
No.
You ain't never been on no dating
But
app.
no.
You're a damn lie. You done been.
Now, Facebook has that Facebook dating, but I didn't join in it. Like it'll show me sometimes like such and such liked you in dating or something like that. But like, no, I never respond. I never joined it. Like, mm-mm. The
Mm-hmm.
most I ever done is just went to look at when Facebook says you have a secret crush, and I'm too nosy not to try to figure out who it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
I've looked at it from there. That's the nosiness of me. But like, I've never had interest in dating apps.
Okay. So,
I just think they crazy people, maybe. Like, damn. Mm.
all right.
Not
So,
knocking it though. I hear people who bet their soulmates on it though.
of course, yeah, I'm sure people do get some good results after dating apps. I wasn't lucky or fortunate enough, but I'm sure there are. Everything ain't for everybody. And then when you meet somebody, when you meet somebody on some type of dating app, when you go to the family gathering or whatever, how do you explain meeting this person?
ChristianMingle.com.
Some people be like, ashamed. I mean, what's the difference in meeting
Right.
on a dating app at work in Walmart or
Right.
anywhere else?
Fact.
What's the difference? I mean, why be ashamed of that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a clever way to say it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just say, listen, I was I was chilling one night. I was bored. I was just trying to come across, hoping that I could come across somebody that I like and somebody that like me also, and we bond. We have a good chemistry. To see, that's the thing. When you out to meet somebody, when you go to the club or anywhere you trying to go, some people just be want to go out and fuck. Some people actually be want to go out. Some people go to church to meet somebody, and the only thing you could do is just hope that that person have well, I hope that y'all have a good chemistry and have the
Right.
same mindset and the same, just the same chemistry to take
Yeah,
y'all to
chemistry
another
is
level,
everything.
huh?
Chemistry, I think chemistry is everything. Like, because that's what you can't fake. You can't fake chemistry. You know what I mean? So when you have a natural connection with somebody, that's obvious. Like, I think that's my one thing that if I don't have any chemistry with you off the rip, I'm not gonna even come back for a second round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that means I'm forcing it after that. Like, I've learned. Like, I'm just like, because chemistry doesn't lie. You're gonna have it or you're not gonna have it, and it's gonna be very, very obvious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
don't waste my time.
This is my as far as female goes. This is my number one reason why I think a lot of females like to be single. To avoid the risk
No
of repeating past emotional, physical, or sexual trauma in new relationships.
facts. I think men too. I think a man get hurt one time and he done. He like fuck that. I bet you bitches won't get. Hey,
But
I'm just
see,
gonna fuck a
notice
bunch
what
of
I
hoes.
said. Avoiding the risk of repeating the past emotional, physical, and I did say sexual, but let's focus on the emotional and physical. Emotion, y'all females are way more emotional than men, okay? And if you get into a physical, you get a physical assault, which is abuse or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all become traumatized over that. So that's my number one reason why I think a lot of females are single or want to be single.
Yeah, I think a lot of females are single because they just don't want to deal with the bullshit that they have already summed up in their mind that men be on. Like we already feel like y'all niggas full of shit
Well, let me
anyway.
ask you this
I'm just
question.
gonna be
Let
real.
me ask you this question. If a guy meet a female, right? Hey, y'all can call in. Anybody want to call in? Feel free to call in. Y'all can still call in while she's on the line also. So feel
Right.
free to call in. Let me ask you this question. If a man just wanna, I don't even know how I want to ask this question.
Oh, it's late, so just say it, honey, because you ain't never been
I don't
a
think,
stranger to.
yeah, I don't think I got none of my,
Mm-mm. They on ChristianMingle.com right now.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think none of my church members on here nothing. But it is what it is. I'm grown. Shit, ain't nobody doing shit for me, so fuck it. Uh, Do you think y'all say men just be want to fuck sometimes? Do you think it's females like that just be want to fuck, knowing they don't want a
Yeah.
relationship, they just want to fuck? Do you think?
Yeah. Yes, there are women who have tapped out of looking for love, and it has just become a physical thing for them. Like there are some women who are here that are more crucial than niggas. Like they kind of be like niggas, you know. They call it mirroring. Their,
What's up, cuz?
is that a church member? No.
He my cousin. We grew up in the same church.
I know that. I know that. I was saying something. But they call it mirroring energy. And a lot of females have come to that perspective. They're like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna get this nigga before he get me type of energy. So yeah, it's females like that. That's like, fuck that. I'm just trying to fuck. Because the some have just become so traumatized with the hurt that they have literally became cold and tapped out of anything emotional. There's nothing emotional about interacting with the male anymore. It's a physical need, physical, financial, or whatever. A lot of people are in what they call
Chris said something. He called it a sexual relationship or something like that. He said earlier.
right. I'm telling you, like it's really just I I I I said it to you I think before, but I'm trying to remember how I worded it with um when people are in relationships for what they can get from them, but
Right.
it's what you can do for me, not what you can give me type.
You act
That emotionally.
you asked me, and when I say this, I'm not saying that I wanna be single all my life, but there are benefits of being single. I'm gonna give you one. Full control
I
of
mean,
daily schedules, routines, and living spaces. You heard
true.
me?
Yeah.
That's
So
a benefit,
being alone,
huh?
you're used to be like you're saying you're used to being in your own space and not having to compromise your space for somebody else's comfort.
Right. I done been in relationships, but at the end of the day, it's pros and cons to everything. It's pros and cons to being in a relationship. It's pros and cons to being single. You just gotta outweigh what works for you. Me personally,
I
like
think.
like like we was
Go
talking
ahead.
about earlier, I don't like to be questioned. Like living under my mother's roof, I had to be
Mhm.
questioned. Why you coming home so late? And I couldn't
Right.
stand that. I could not stand that for some reason. But I knew she had the control because she paid the bills, right?
Right.
She paid the bills, so she had the control over me. I had to answer. What can I do besides answer her?
Correct.
Only way I can avoid answering her is not bringing my ass back home.
Right.
So you come
But you
home
got to
till
think.
huh?
No, go ahead. Continue.
So you come home, you got to answer. And when you try to avoid those questions that you gonna get, that's a lack of communication because your woman wants to know. Same way a man wants to know if a woman coming home late. Well, hey, what you been doing? Where you coming from? You know what I'm saying? And
And see, here's the thing. I don't think that has to be, but go ahead. Keep going. I'll come back to that.
I was just saying, I just don't like to be questioned. Like I like my freedom. I enjoy relationships, true enough, but I don't like to be questioned. Like,
But I think that if you have an open communication and you set the tone, there shouldn't be no questioning involved. See, questions only come when the other person disregards or doesn't have consideration for their partner's feelings. You know what I mean? There's no reason to question a person if you're already being transparent. And me for one, I don't need a man to run down. I'm gonna tell you, okay, I don't like to be questioned either. I'm gonna just be real.
mm-hmm,
But I don't mind answering them. But I don't like to feel like you're questioning me because I don't like to feel like you don't trust me. I'm gonna carry myself with you on a daily to show you that you can trust me. I don't give a fuck if you don't trust nobody around you. You can trust me. So
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna move with you in a way that there's already trust set up. So there shouldn't be no questioning anyway. So when you question me, I'm kind of like, well, dang. In my mind, I'm like, well, what he got going on that he feel the need, he got to question me. That must be his conscience if he questioning me because I haven't ever given you a reason to feel like you need to question me. So if I'm gonna just be with you, I'm using you as an example just because we're here. Say I know you personally. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying say I do. I know what type of person you are. I know. I've learned your routines and things of how you are. I know you're not a big clubber or a big this. Okay. So say you go out, you know what I mean? And you be like, hey, I'm going to hang out with the fellas for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Boom. You already told me where you were going. I don't feel, unless you're coming back at 12 o'clock the next day, if you came in late, I don't feel the need to question you, especially if you've already made me feel like I don't have to be insecure with my position in your life anyway. See, when you treat your partner or your mate in a way that they don't feel insecure anyway about how you feel about them and where you stand, I don't feel like there's a need to question you.
Right. Well, Chris said,
And I'm not going to.
he don't want no woman coming to get in his bed at 2 a.m. when he been at home since 10.
I can understand that, Chris, too, but it also matters means the level. If it's a routine, then no. But like if you got a person that doesn't do a whole lot often anyway, I don't think there's nothing wrong. Look, when you allow your man, I'm a firm believer. If you allow your man to enjoy himself openly and freely with his friends and whoever, it's gonna make him treat you even better because now you're not treating this grown man like he's a child with no lead way to do as he pleases. Now, I ain't nobody saying just being disrespectful, but I don't feel like if I decided I wanted to come home at 2, I feel if I'm out with my friend girls and I'm kicking, I like to play cards. If I get to talking shit and having a good time, I don't want to have to look at my clock and be like, damn, oh, yeah, my curfew, I got to go. I'm grown. I don't got no fucking curfew.
Yeah.
Now, I have respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check in, and I'm not gonna make that a habit. But as a grown woman, I don't feel like I should have to put myself on a time frame if I'm out with friends because you should trust me. If I said this is where I'm at and this is what I'm doing, then there shouldn't be nothing else asked about it. And I'm going to give you that same respect that I want you to give me.
So
If this is where you say you was,
let's
and if
say,
this is what you say you're doing,
would you prefer to meet somebody? That man needs it. That man needs to exhibit that same energy. Would you prefer a man with his own career, right? Like, right. So what I'm saying is this: if a man got his own crib, the woman got her own crib, and they in a relationship, they both got their own crib.
mm-hmm.
Living together, I think a woman have more power, more say so if they purchase a home together, compared to that man having his own shit that he got prior to being with a female, and she having her shit prior to being with a male, right? So when one of them, let's say one of them decide to move in to with the other one, I think a lot of people they have. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go right ahead.
I think a lot of people feel like if they pay the bills or if it's they crib, they have some type of control over somebody. Like I know a lot of guys, just because they got a
Right.
crib, they might have a woman living with them, and they feel like
Mm-hmm.
just because they pay the bills or it's they crib,
Yeah.
they can do what the fuck they want to do, right?
Right. I've experienced that before myself.
Um, Now in a sense, I get where they come from, but on a maturity level, if we want to be on a maturity level, you should still respect the person that you're with, no matter if it's your
Correct.
crib or not. But if we just
Fact.
being in 2026, being on that on just the worldly ways, then yeah, if it's my crib, I do what the fuck I want to do. If she don't like it, she can get the fuck out. That's how most niggas
And
think,
vice versa. Women do that too.
right?
Like I lived with a man one time, and that motherfucker put me out, me and my baby out in the middle of the night. I'll never forget it. In the middle of the night, I was in another state at that time. I was young, but it was my first time experiencing cohabitating with a male, and he put me in my newborn. I know she couldn't have been no more than about a month or 2 out in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. in the morning. Get out my shit. You know what I'm saying? We sitting at the bus stop, nowhere to go. I'm in a whole nother state, no family. And I vowed in that moment that I would never move in with another man. If both our name wasn't on the lease, we didn't get it together, then I wasn't going. And I stood on that.
Now that's one
You
thing I
don't take
never do.
people with
I never put a woman out. I'll help much as I can to help her find somewhere to stay. I'll even try to convince one of her family members to let her stay. But I ain't gonna put nobody out on the street. I just have a heart. I can't do nobody like that. But
Man, look,
nah, I just can't put nobody out like that. But y'all females,
yeah.
y'all are put niggas shit out on the curb, on the side of the street.
And see, and I don't got the, unless you doing something that's harming my well-being, I'm not gonna do that either.
Well, let me ask you
Like
this. Let me ask you this. As a female, why do y'all go scratch up men cars, cut their tires, and the
I
car
don't
ain't
do that
dead?
either.
But
That car ain't did shit to me.
yeah, but
But I don't know why people do that, because I used to say the same thing. Like, I don't fuck with nothing I worked hard for, and I ain't gonna fuck with nothing you worked hard for.
But as a female,
don't touch my stuff.
right. But as a female, can you
Yeah.
tap into the psychology of these females who do those type of things?
I think it's a level of people act sometimes out of emotions in the moment. I think if tomorrow that person may have not felt like doing it, but in that heated moment, a lot of people make irrational decisions. People make momentary decisions that have lifelong consequences. You know what I mean? In that moment, you're pissed off and you want to cause harm to somebody that you feel has hurt and harmed you. And a lot of times, men's most prized possession is their vehicles. And you know that, men take pride in their things. Women, we have our stuff all kinds of ways. We probably don't even vacuum it. We probably, you know what I'm saying? We ain't into that like that. But, men, they love their cars, And I think sometimes a woman, they're in that moment, they want to hurt what they feel they have the most care for. So, they attack the vehicle.
Right.
I ain't, it's never been my style because I don't want nobody bothering nothing of mine.
Right.
I work hard for myself.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do nothing to it. If I got that much animosity built up on me, then me and you would just duke it on out. But, it's just, but never been my style. I ain't going to do it to a female. I ain't never been a female to be like, I'm going to cut that bitch tires. Like, shit, fuck that. If I got that much problem with that bitch, let me cut her. Which I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying, I've just never been the type to take my aggression out on personal property.
Right. And that car ain't did shit to you.
No, or clothes. Man, I had somebody bleach my clothes one time. Man.
That's crazy. I had the same thing happen to me. But luckily,
I'm talking about
luckily it wasn't nothing but some work clothes. It wasn't none of my good shit. It was just some work clothes.
Man, this man bleached everything I own.
You had a man do that?
It's so crazy when just a male. And how a man gonna get mad at you because you catch him and then he gonna tear your shit up? Like, how you bleaching my clothes and tearing my stuff up when you the one in the wrong? You mad because I left. See, men cheat and they don't be mad. They don't be sorry that they cheated. They be sorry that they got caught. And when they get caught and then you not responding in the way that they feel, that some of that narcissistic behavior be like they want to cause harm and play the victim. And I'm like, because you're not falling for the I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You sorry you got caught. Because if you had not got caught, you would have still been doing it.
Read that
so
comment.
You're not sorry.
Read that comment Chris just said.
Hold on. Got to the live. Let me see. What did he say?
Women do it because they think we love those cars. And some niggas do. Some niggas cherish their cars. Some niggas cherish materialistic shit.
Right. That's what I just said. That's why women attack those things, because they feel like, oh, that nigga love that motherfucker. Fuck that. And then you got some women, they bought those things. Another aspect, like they sliced the tires because they bought the rims or they bought the car. You know what I mean? And they feel like you are using something that I invested and got you to go do your dirt in. Oh, you going to see this hoe in a car that I did this for, or a car that I helped you get? You know what I'm saying? So they see it as a sign of disrespect.
Okay, what if the man bought his own car, had a car before he met the woman, and she still?
No, I'm just saying I'm just giving you different scenarios. Like, that's one scenario that sometimes women do those things because that's something that, nigga might ain't gonna tell you if a female did this or that for him, So, like I'm saying, some women, they attack the car because it's something that they feel like I got that for you. So, but anything somebody has paid their hard-earned money for,
you shouldn't touch
I don't feel like nobody has no reason putting their hand on it. I don't care what a nigga done or what a bitch done. It's like,
and you shouldn't put your hands on the person or their materials, because
right.
when you go get with somebody, you can just only hope that they gonna do right by you.
Right.
You don't go cause no physical harm on nobody or their materials. Only thing you can do is just be able to move on. Everybody always talk about how strong they is. Everybody got this ego this ego to where they feel like they the shit. You look at these people on Facebook, they make it seem like their life so perfect. But then when they get into a bad situation, they want to go destroy somebody's property, right? I had a female tell me one time she was gonna come burn my house down. You heard me?
She said she was gonna bring your house down.
Said she was gonna burn my house down. I said, all right, you gonna burn with that motherfucker too.
What you did to her? You must have gave her that wop wop 3,000.
Man, listen, I gave her that Wawa 4,000. You hear me?
You gave her some sloppy top for 3,000.
Nah, I ain't giving no sloppy toppy, but it was back in my 20s, 30s, something like that.
Oh, it wasn't sloppy top it in.
Nah, I put it down on her. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about she was gonna burn my whole house up.
I burn it down too. You can't see this what y'all niggas be doing wrong. Let me tell you. You can't give nobody
hey,
no.
That's my sister. That's my sister in the comments, in case you didn't know.
What did you say?
She just said, "Wow."
Yeah, you can't be giving nobody. You can't go through. You can't give nobody. You can't be giving people irregular dick and then be thinking they're gonna act regular.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Especially not the first time. The first time, not you don't give them the grade 8 on the first time.
Yeah, no, you gotta give them. You gotta start small. You gotta give people regular dick. You can't be giving people irregular, awesome dick and then be like wondering why motherfucker at the house talking about you belong to me now. Shit, you belong to me now, nigga.
All right, so now I'm finna get into a more sociable reason why, a societal reason why people don't get into relationships now.
What happened? What's the next one?
All right, hold on. Okay, the rise of individualism. It's a cultural shift toward personal growth, self-gratification, that has made singlehood more attractive. Many prioritize their careers, hobbies, and personal well-being over the compromises often required for traditional relationships.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
I know it is.
That's a good one. But I think that's with people who, I don't know. I think that's a selfish reason though too. But at that same time, sometimes people work so hard for stuff just for though. You got to think people come along and then they merge into one and then they lose. Or you like say people get married or they got a business or they got this that and other. You know, people who worked hard when they for what they've got, they have to take in consideration that what happens when this don't work out, and then you know what I mean. This person. So a lot of times people don't even want to consider that situation because they think they're already so established. They fear that what they already have could be jeopardized if the situation turns out bad.
Right.
So instead of taking a chance on it, they like, you know what? She ain't finna get my damn mama house if it don't work out right, or my daddy cars. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they've already brought to the table. You know, a lot of people, unless you super, super rich, you ain't getting no prenup. You know, I'm talking about regular people that still got some assets. You know what I'm saying? If you got some assets already or whatever, or you already see potential in the future for yourself, you know, you may be looking long term. You may not have it now, but you know what you are working towards getting, and that's called marital assets. But if you didn't have it already.
But now,
so you know, sometimes.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so you know, sometimes that can make people afraid to give certain situations an opportunity. But you know, that all goes back to making sure that the person that you are choosing them for nothing other than the fact that you like that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get in these situational relationships that are based on things that are beneficial in the beginning, then of course these are things that you got to be scared of.
Right.
Because you already brought the wrong energy to the table when you were selecting a mate in the first place.
Right. But you know, when you got this social media, these Instagram models, and these asshole females getting on social media talking about a man have to make such and such money to be with them. I don't know who the fuck they think they is. Like if they ain't making that damn money, what the fuck makes you feel like you obligated to have a man making $100,000 a year or whatever? You know these goddamn females on these Instagram models on social media. They fucking up the game. They destroying the minds of young women, and they destroying the minds of young men. And the reason why I say
Eh,
that, the reason why I say
Go
that is
ahead.
because a lot of young good guys, it's a lot of young good guys that's in college trying to do the right things in life, and they feel like they gotta have such amount of money to even propose to a woman. The young ladies feel like they gotta look a certain way, have some type of shape to have a good man, to find a good man.
Mm,
So financial instability and costs, higher living costs, student debt, stagnant wages make many feel they cannot achieve the financial milestones once considered for a serious relationship or marriage. Financial
but
security is
go ahead.
often seen as a foundation of success, leading many to delay partnership until they reach career stability.
Right. And once again, all those reasons are why are built on correct foundation. Those are correct foundations. Because if you are waiting to get yourself together to find someone, then how do you know that person is going to be there which for you when you ain't together?
Now,
You know what I mean?
notice I said these are societal reasons.
Right, right, right. Most definitely.
Society is the reason why it's higher cost, higher living costs, higher student debt,
Right,
groceries so high, right? It's a
right.
reason. That's societal. It's a reason why it's designed that way. And if you really think about society as a whole, a lot of people want to be single because of these societal reasons. I'm gonna give you an example. Hold on. She, my sister said you just. Why don't you call in and tell her? Call in, sister.
What she say?
She said you just spoke volumes.
I just spoke volumes.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
for sure.
a lot of young guys, they see these women dressed up with their makeup, they goddamn eyelashes long as they feet.
But
And
guess what?
what?
Those same guys that you speak of, the same things are what's ruining it. Like, so why do women feel like they've got to meet those expectations because men overlook the average? Men idolize those type of women, even if they don't. Y'all say, "Well, I ain't trying to wife that type." However, those usually when a man, you know what I'm saying, mistreats or sleeps around on his woman with somebody, it's that type of temptation that causes the initial problems in those commitments. So how can you expect a woman to feel like she doesn't need to meet those expectations? I'm just saying a insecure woman and I ain't gonna even say insecurity because love can make you feel emotions that people will say, oh, that's insecurity. No, that's just because she loves this man. Just because I feel like, oh man, I want to be enough for him doesn't mean that I don't think I'm enough. You know what I'm saying? You're trapped into that feeling because this person is who your heart is with. So that doesn't make you insecure. But when men idolize and let those type of women be the things that cause them to have temptations and step outside of their home, how can you say that women, you know what I'm saying, are striving to do this or be that when you guys make them feel like, and I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying in general, men make those women feel like this is the standard of what you need to be to keep their attention.
But a lot of the difference in a man and a woman, let's say a woman to go to an NBA basketball game, going trying to get a rich man, right?
Mhm.
Compared to a man that's a normal guy approaching a successful woman, he'll feel insecure about that. I don't know why. I don't feel. I walk up to Oprah Winfrey if she was sexy enough for me. If I seen her in public and she was something that I want, I don't go fuck. I don't feel insecure about no woman. I don't feel
And you
insecure
shouldn't.
by myself. She can either do one or two things. She can tell me, "Hey, baby, I think you handsome. Yeah, come on with me." Or she like, nah, baby, just shoot me down, whatever. But a woman who ain't got $100 in her pocket, or she spent her last couple of $100 to go to that NBA game, she going for a purpose, hopefully, hoping that she can get one of those NBA players.
Right, because a lot of women, a lot of females, because everybody not a woman. There are certain qualities that make you what I would consider a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to possess those qualities to be female, though. So a lot of females, do have higher expectations than they can even provide for their own self. And I feel like the expectations that you should have for what you are looking for in a mate should be the same expectations that you can bring to the table as well. If you know what I mean, you can't expect to have a man in this, and that, and you can't even do a portion of that for your own self or him. I don't expect a man to buy me anything that I'm not willing to buy for myself. And I ain't saying can't buy, because there may be something that I can't buy for myself that, you know what I'm saying? So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't expect him to buy anything I'm not willing to buy for myself. I can't expect you to buy me a Louis Vuitton bag if I'm not even willing to buy it for myself.
Right.
And willingness to buy something means being able to work towards providing it for yourself as well. You can't have these expectations.
Well, I ain't buying no motherfucking Louis Vuitton bag for nobody. Cause you know why? Most of these motherfuckers who out here, they had these so-called high standards, thinking they above everybody else. I done seen ugly ass women, just cause they have a fat little ass on them, they think they the bum, and want somebody to buy them.
Feel like that.
Who are y'all?
Men.
I don't.
Most men don't want to settle down because they want variety. So when a man makes a average good woman feel like she's not enough, she's bringing everything to the table. She's showing this man that she will go through hell for him, but yet it's still this never enough. Then, I mean, you can't expect. That's why women have these type of views about relationships within themselves. Because why even try? Why even try when it's never enough anyway?
I be seeing dudes at work. They be like acting like they ain't ever seen a woman before. Y'all ain't doing nothing but building this woman ego up higher. She wants somebody just like y'all do, but y'all continue building her ego up, telling her how. And ain't nothing wrong with complimenting a woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But it's about how you do things. You know what I'm saying? They like fucking hound dogs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with all that. I ain't finna feed nobody ego. Motherfucker, you either like me or you don't. And guess what? If you don't, life goes on.
I guess that's true.
I'm just saying, like, fuck all that. So, all right. I think it's a dating recession.
I would definitely say, you say a recession as into a lack of people wanting to, or lack of what?
I think it's a dating recession. You remember back in the days where the man used to go out and work and the woman stayed home, take care of the kids? See,
right.
Times have changed. We have evolved over time. Society has made us evolve. Okay?
Right.
Women have had an increase in financials, meaning they no longer feel the need for a partner to survive, allowing them to reject mediocre or inadequate relationships.
Right.
You feel me?
I guess, but so you're saying like expectations are too high. Do you think men expectations are too high as well?
No, for the most part, we just want a man who, I'm tripping. For the most part, a man just want a woman to feed them, fuck them, and leave them the fuck alone. And sometimes cook every now and then. That's all we ask for.
If it was that simple, then women wouldn't be single. Good women wouldn't be single, so that's not.
But we don't ask for much. Y'all females ask for so much. I mean, and then not only just ask for so much, expect so much.
That's because you're getting women that are expectational dating. Get you somebody who actually like you and fuck with you for real. They don't want much. A woman that really fuck with you and like you for real, like really like you, not what you got, not what you can give her, that likes yo broke, probably ugly. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it like that, but I'm just saying, like a woman that just all that shit, your shit don't stay. She like you, she fuck with you, she don't want that much. She want consistency, she wants comfort, and she wants loyalty.
Hey, you know what?
Everything else comes.
You know what? I'm from the old school. If I had $1 billion, I don't think my lifestyle would change none. I don't think it'll change because most of the people who get the $1 billion, they want to stunt, get on social media. I'm talking about the average person who come up with $1 billion. A person from the hood come up with $1 billion. They just want to get on social media, show it off. And guess what? If I had $1 billion, I'm not finna go out and try to get no rich woman. I want that average little woman that liked me back in the days.
Yeah, because she's gonna stick with you because she doesn't like you for what you're giving her. She likes you for you. People have too many stipulations why they are interacting or getting in these relationships. The most realest thing I heard you say one time is a lot of people not looking for love; they're looking for help. And that is true. A lot of people have given up on love because love is what they feel has caused them nothing but hurt. So now they feel like I ain't fuck all that. I just want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If that nigga taking care of home and this and that other, you know what I'm saying? So like y'all not lovers, y'all just roommates. As long as he making sure the bills paid, making sure he take care of home, oh, he can do whatever he want. I don't care. I hear women say, I don't give a fuck what that nigga do. As long as he taking care of me, as long as he take care of me, as long as I'm coming. You don't really love him.
And see, that's
You
another
just want to
thing.
say,
That's
you
another
just
thing.
want to be
I'm
comfortable.
just looking at this comment. She said she'll sit there and watch her man play the game. Play the video game or whatever. I'm gonna read that
Yeah,
comment
that's
first,
what's
and
wrong
then
with that.
Chris said, "I want a woman everyone else hasn't had." I get that.
Hmm.
So let's say you got the guy that. Let's say this guy he probably filthy rich, or no matter if he's rich or just average or whatever. It shouldn't matter. I never I never judge anybody by their finances because
Right.
I think if I was rich and I go back and get this same girl who's broke that liked me before I got the money, we can come up together. I can bring her up. She can make me
Facts.
better. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So let's say you got this guy got $1 billion. Let's say he got $1 billion, but he ain't the type of guy that just want to splurge. He ain't just want to go all around the world and just, you know what I'm saying? He might just want to sit at home and live a normal life.
Right.
Some
Right.
females be like, damn, man, I'm with you. You got all this money. All we do is just live a normal life.
They don't like you.
They
It
don't
all
like you.
boils back down to getting you somebody that likes you. Find you somebody who doesn't mind being in solitude with you. Like I don't need if I really like a guy, I ain't got to do a lot of stuff. If doing nothing with somebody I like is doing everything. And that means that you like them. You like their company. You don't need all of these distractions to enjoy time with them. I used to I used to love to go out and I got have had guys in the past that whenever we go do something we have the best time. But could I just sit at home with them and do nothing? No, I probably get bored. But then I've been in the presence of a guy that I don't even want to go anywhere and be distracted by nothing else because I want to enjoy every moment with that person and being at home with that person, playing a game or watching him enjoy his game or just having a conversation is everything because those are those moments that you enjoy because you really like that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't need all those distractions. When you find somebody that you like, doing nothing with them is doing everything.
Yeah, and people feed on that. Like people have a intuition. People got brains. They know. They know
Right.
when a person really, really, really like them. You know what I'm saying? And they know when a person just around them for what they got.
Right.
But a lot of men
And
now,
and sometimes what you got ain't always just money. You know, sometimes
right,
it could be dangling between them.
right. See, I'm one of them type of people. I can see the play, but I don't speak on it. I just go along with the play sometimes. Like like you could be with your homegirls, and they trying to plot like y'all want to go to. I'm just throwing the quickest example
Right.
that I can come up with.
Go
And
ahead.
and y'all going
Right.
to the club, and they all say they ain't got no money, and they expecting you to pay for it, right? Pay for everything, all the drinks and
Right.
everything. And they just told you last week they just got a goddamn $3,000 tax refund.
Right.
But you'll go along with the play just to see how long they'll go along with it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I be on top of shit. Let me see. Let me read this comment. Men aren't always ready when a woman is, and by the time a man is ready, she is. But a man. They say a man is late maturing.
Right.
later on in age. You think that's true?
Yeah, but I think that's true. But I think after a certain age, that's not an excuse anymore. You know what I mean? And I also think, and I don't care what nobody says. Like I think that sometimes a man will deal with a woman. He may like her, but deep down he knows she's not what he really wants. Like, or truly his type. There may be things about her that he does like, but deep down he knows she's not his type. But he still keeps her around because there may be things about her that he does enjoy. And I think it just is wasting that woman's time.
Do you think
I
it's
think a
possible? Do you
man,
think it's possible for somebody to like somebody? They might have 10 reasons why they like somebody, but they have one reason why they don't like somebody, and that keep them from being together. Or
I think that
they might have two reasons, three reasons why what they don't like about somebody compared to the 10
I think
reasons. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think that is right, but I think that's basic math. If this person, because now it looks like you're looking for perfection,
But
there's
sometimes
always going to be something about some person that you don't like.
that negative could overcome that positive. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say a guy got this woman. She loved to cook. She loved to clean. She give him the good whatever he need in the bed. She
Hmm.
wash his clothes. But let's say she got this one little thing that she just let's just say she fucking some type of investigator. She just like to fucking spy on him, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
I hear you.
So I mean that's kind of spooky. Out of all the
I
good traits that you got, that bad trait could overwhelm those good traits that you have.
And I also think that some of that could come from the fact that sometimes when a person overly loves or loves really hard and a person leaves them in question, sometimes their emotions can override a lot of things. And it could be just complete misunderstanding because what one person takes as a person investigating or doing this or doing that could not be what the other person is seeing it as at all. I think that sometimes if you are transparent with a person, then you will be surprised the results that you will get. But I also think that if a person has a million other great qualities and you have one or two qualities that I think are things that can be worked on, because see, those things can be worked on with communication. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not a trait that, you know what I'm
But
saying?
what if
I
y'all
think
communicate and it ain't no results coming out of the communication? So now you
it
wasting
depends on are
at that
y'all,
point you're wasting your time. If you
no,
communicate about things for so long and it ain't no results changing or getting better, then that's like
but it changes on both parts though. So is one person communicating and expecting all the results while the other person doesn't give anything in return? You know what I mean? See, some of the things, life is about give and take as well. One person can't always pour while the other one, you know what I'm saying, doesn't reciprocate, if that makes sense. And all right, go ahead.
all right.
But I think that sometimes if you do the same thing over and over, you're not going to get different results. But you'll never know if that person can work on that one thing or two things that you said if you don't give them the opportunity to in a different manner. You can't just say, okay, I don't like this and I want you not to do this. And they say, well, this is why I do this because when you do this, it makes me feel like this. But then you want them to do that, what you said not do, but then don't listen to them when they say this is why they do this and it makes them feel this way. Just try it out, as I'm saying, like on that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that sometimes people can pass over really great people and great opportunities because you're wanting, you know what I'm saying, them to instantly be everything. You know what I mean? I think that some things take work. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure that person is worth it.
All right. I need like a 2 minute break. Give me about 2 minutes. I'm gonna play my theme song. Give me about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Life's a gamble, cars in the air. Stack decks cheating, but nobody cares. You hustle a fold, that's the game we play. The dealer's blind to the price we pay. Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. Politicians lie while the streets stay raw. Laws get written, but who writes the law? Rich stay climbing, poor dig deep. Dreams so cheap while the shadows creep. Hey, money is power, so they say. But what's the cost when your soul's in play? Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. What will you do when the stakes rise high? When the truth's a whisper and the world's a lie. Better know your.
Now I think you still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
I think some people done got enough fatigue of trying different relationships and trying to make it work to where they just at some point they just want to. If they meet somebody they like, just fuck and get it over with and fuck a couple of times and move on. That's I think that's just how some people feel living in the world that we live. I'm not saying that I feel that way. Don't get it twisted.
But I think most men do feel that way though.
Yeah,
I
and
think men
females
give
too.
up quicker than women. I don't. I think women we keep hope alive. You know what I mean? Like, but men they just kind of be like because for them it. I think a relationship is not as important to a man as a woman. You know what I mean? I think a man can feel fulfilled either way if he never share his life with nobody and all those things. But women because they are nurturers, they want to have something to nurture. You know what I mean? A family, home, little footsteps, children, grandkids. Men give women that because they meet someone that they want to give her those things that she desires. But that's not necessarily something that most men desire to have. You know what I mean? Like if they get it, okay. But if they don't, it's not like dang, it's with a woman. So I think that because men don't have the desires that women have with having a family and someone to grow old with, that they don't put as much effort in it, and they're quicker to turn away from it because they're like, man, it's a headache that I don't even have to have. Versus a woman is like, if I can find that person, it would be worth it.
Okay, I got another example of why people don't get into relationships.
Okay, what's the next one?
A collective fear commitment fueled by the ease of finding new options online has led to a preference of flexible, low risk connections like situationships or casual hookups
Mm,
over long term emotional vulnerability.
right. So I guess those are those temptations that you speak of. Too much temptation.
Yeah, so if you get on social media, it's so much temptation on social media.
Right.
So it's the rise of situationships. A lot, I don't know why people got it twisted. Well, people feel like a man is the one just be want to have sex. Females just be want to have sex sometimes. Like you just said it yourself.
Oh yeah, I do. I definitely do all the time.
And I feel like when people feel like they got options, they not gonna focus on the situation that they're in currently
Correct.
because
They don't feel the need to put no effort into it because I ain't got to deal with this. I got 10 niggas in my inbox.
you get
Well,
what I'm
I ain't
saying.
got to deal with this. A bitch was just trying to get with me the other day. And I think women are so quick to tell their men, tell me that I want to deal with you, nigga. I got 20 niggas in my
But
inbox right now. And
hold on
some of them
now.
young boy.
But do you know what that lead into? If you with
What's that?
somebody
Go ahead.
and you say, "Well, I got options. I can go deal with this guy. This
Mm-hmm.
guy want me here in my inbox, such such." Okay,
Right.
you might go get one. You might go get one of them guys, right? And then guess what? You might end up telling him. We speaking in general. I'm not talking about you.
Right.
And
Right.
you might end up telling, cause ain't nothing perfect. You might end up telling him the
Right.
same thing. You might have a different problem from the past relationship. Like,
Right.
oh, I got long nails, I got a big booty, big titties.
Right.
I can go get
Right.
somebody else. And guess what? You go get with somebody else. Guess what that lead to? Guess what that lead to? So you hear me?
Right. So
Gu-
I
Guess
think
what?
I think that
I haven't said what it led to yet.
oh what it is, so I'm sorry. You must have cut out right there. I didn't hear you. I
Guess what that lead
apologize.
to?
What's that?
I'm finna say, hold on.
Oh what?
Whore.
A whore.
A whore. That's what it lead to.
So why do women gotta be a whore when they step out but men ain't?
Because you rushing so fast just cause this guy ain't perfect. You feel like you supposed to meet somebody perfect that's supposed to satisfy all your needs. And you feel like
Versus
with your ego, you feel like, and you just said it yourself. Your ego is so high, you can tell your man that, I got other niggas trying to holler at me. I ain't got to deal with this.
right, but hey, but I said that's what some women, not me. I'm saying
Yeah,
this is
we
the
speaking
thing
in
that
general.
yeah.
We speaking in general.
Right. Right. But at the same time, when you say that about that, that's the same thing that men do as well.
I'm gonna
You
just
know what
tell
I'm
you
saying?
simple. I'm gonna tell you simple and plain. Y'all females ain't finna worry me in 2026. Y'all ain't finna worry me. I don't know about these other tender dick ass niggas. Excuse my language. I don't know about these other tender dick ass niggas. Y'all, I ain't finna let nobody worry me. I ain't finna let nobody trying to compete with me that I'm not trying to compete with worry me. I ain't finna let nobody worry me. I'm finna keep my mental peace. I'm just speaking in general now, and I expect for everybody else. But listen, on the flip side, I think everybody deserves to be with somebody. Everybody's put here to be with somebody. And I like to enjoy beautiful homes, families. I love to see my homeboys stay married. The few that I know that stay married 20, but these I'm talking about like older people that I watch
Right.
stay married 30, 40. You know what the average marriage is nowadays?
What?
Do you even know what the average relationships is these days?
The average relationship is only about months nowadays.
Man, probably about 3, 4 months.
But and with saying that, so I mean, it's only a person only that doesn't bring you peace when you allow them. You know, like when you said about one or two things or this and this and that other. I mean, but that's because you pick the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like, and you just got to determine who worth it and who ain't worth it. You know what I mean? So, because some bad ain't really all bad. You know what I'm saying? And some bad can be, especially when you know a person really genuine. Like at the end of the day, I determine whether a situation is worth it when I can determine the intentions that a person has for me. When I know that a person's intentions and care and love for me is genuine, then everything else that revolves around that is worth it for me. Because in this cruel ass world, finding somebody who truly got your intentions, your best intentions at heart, it don't. Got your intentions at heart. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to find. So I mean, yeah, you're not gonna find nobody that's absolutely perfect. But if you find somebody that is genuinely for you, then I think everything that makes the situation worth it.
Now I will admit, at a very early age in my life, in my 20s, I met some good women that I was in relationships with. I can say that I done had every I ain't gonna say all. I'm gonna say past. I ain't gonna say the last. But remember, I just said the past. I'm not gonna say the last. In my younger days, I done had some good women in my life. But with me being a young guy, listening to rap music and being influenced by the streets, the rap music, I had a bunch of other shit in my ear that wouldn't allow me at a younger age to be the better man, the best man that I could be for those women. And I let a lot of them slip away. And I was, I can say three. I had three women that if I known what I knew now, I probably would have put a ring on their finger. You know what I'm saying? But when you're young and you don't know no better, you just get caught up in a cycle because we get influenced by these rappers. These rappers, some of them be married, but they talk about all these hoes and these bitches, and they lead the younger people to falling into that trap, right?
Right.
They'll lead the younger people and what you see on TV and all the social media now. But back then we didn't have social media, so it was only like the rap music and what I saw on TV. I heard
Right.
all these rappers like, damn, I'm talking about these bitches and these hoes and all that. And most of them, now that I think about it, was married. And they were just doing that to sell records because they know negativity sell.
Right.
And people gravitate towards evil, devilish shit. For instance, you ever got on Facebook and made a post about some positive, spiritual, that was
Mm-hmm.
positive, and you didn't get as many likes as if you was
If
on.
any likes of views,
Yeah,
right.
but if you get on Facebook twerking or saying some
Mm-hmm.
bullshit, you get the
Yep.
most likes, right? So
Facts.
so so us young guys, we was influenced by that, and we didn't have no role models. We didn't have, especially us that was raised by single mothers. We didn't have those men in our lives. You know what I'm saying, to make us see. It was only up to us, something inside of us, as we grew older, to find out what's really real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we think about it. Damn, we have to question ourselves. Like, we really have to question ourselves. Like, damn, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Have I did enough reflection on myself to be good enough for a woman? Now, me, I'm not a selfish person. I don't want to ever be selfish. I don't want to be with a woman that I know I'm not ready for. Right?
I can understand
And
that.
I think that's some grown man shit. I think
That
that's some
is.
grown man shit. Like, if I know I'm not ready within myself, I'm not gonna put no woman in a situation to have her trying to, you know what I'm saying, fight and
Right.
and and and, and give all she got to be with me when I know I'm not ready. But I will say,
What makes it? Go ahead. Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, no, complete that thought. You will say what?
When I got into those relationships, I actually thought I was ready because those people that I really truly love.
Right.
Now I'm talking about in my 20s and 30s. Now in my
Right.
40s, I got to realizing this shit really ain't what it is. But I took a chance. I took a chance. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I found out it's just what I thought.
But here's my thing: what makes a man feel like he's? I This is a two-part question. What makes a man feel like he's not ready? And if a man is willing to take a chance on, say, there's somebody in that a man's life that he knows is damn near perfect for him. Maybe some things here and there, but that man would be willing to take a chance on a situation that he knew wasn't, but wouldn't be willing to take a chance on a situation where the chemistry, the everything is damn near inevitable. Like, is it's there. So, and what makes a man not ready then? What makes a man feel that he's not ready? Is it a desire for still wanting to be with multiple women? Like, because I think everything else can be worked on. If a man is just willing to say, this woman right here is enough for me, me as a woman, I can work on everything else. Like, as long as you don't want to fuck around with other women, everything else I can deal with. So what makes a man feel like he's not ready?
Well, I mean, that's for every individual man. I can't speak for every man. I can just try
Right?
kind of like throw out an idea. Like I said earlier, we was talking about some men feel like they not financially ready to be in a commitment. Like, cause like I said, a lot of women out of social media, they influence on social media. They feel like a man gotta have a certain amount of money. The same thing with women.
Right.
Women feel like they gotta go get a career, go to college, get a career to
Right.
find a wealthy guy to maintain a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you, that kind of keep me out of relationships because I want to be secure. I want to be at a certain level to where I know I was able to secure her financially. I was able to
Mm.
get her emotional support, and I was
And I
able
think that, go ahead.
and I was able and knock on wood, while I'm still a little young, I still want to be able to stretch ass out in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So
I get that.
hopefully I'll find somebody before that time. You know what I'm saying? Well, I still got that energy, you know, to be that. But you know,
I'm pretty sure finding something. Well, I guess, but I'm always been the opposite. Like I never wanted to have it together. I've always been the person that wanted to
hold
build
on,
with
I
somebody
see
from the
some people
ground.
coming in. We taking call-ins. Anybody want to call in and make a statement? Say anything. Y'all welcome to call in. But anyway, continue.
I was just saying that I've always been the type that wanted to build with somebody. I never wanted anybody. I never wanted a man who already had it together. And I didn't want a man that want me to already have it together. I've always had the desire to want to build with somebody.
Well, as a woman,
Like,
tell me one reason why you think you like relationships, right? What up, Snoop? You like relationships, right?
I value relationships. Yeah.
And
I'm going to say that.
see, I just told you about my flaw. I told you I got some flaws.
Right.
All right. Everybody got flaws, but a lot of people don't like to open up about their flaws. A lot of people
Right.
want to pretend they so perfect and think every time they break up with somebody, it's the other person's fault. It's not always the other person's fault. If you go get with one relationship, two relationships, three relationships, and y'all don't work out, you can't blame all them. Something's got to be wrong with you. You know what they say, the definition of
Insanity
insanity?
is doing the same thing over and over again.
and getting the same results. So my
Expecting
question to
different
you,
results.
you, I know you said you done been married, you done been in past
Right.
relationships. Can you say it's anything about you that is the reason for you not being still in one of those relationships?
I would say in the marriage part, I think being able to be more understanding probably could play a better part. You know what I mean? But I think that would probably be a bad scenario just because that technically really wasn't on me at all. But I would say maybe in certain other, I could say sometimes maybe about myself, I've learned to be more patient and understanding and not be so anxious to want it on my timing. I have a situation that has taught me patience, and I never had any before.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that, but in that marriage, no, that part wouldn't, that one wouldn't on me at all. I don't think there's nothing I could have done differently in that. However, I would say that if I had to point out a flaw about me, I would think that, you know,
Do you think you was more of an investigator than a wife?
No, I think that maybe that's what made me feel that that not to trust everything somebody, because I think I was too trusting and too much went on right up under my nose.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. Something had to cause you to be something had to cause you to not trust, right? Have trust.
Correct.
All right. So the first time, okay, you let it slide. Fooled me once, shame on you. Okay. The second time, you fooled me twice, shame on you. The third time, right? So now
Right.
you get into this investigative mode where now you become a full investigator instead of being a wife because you're too worried about what he's doing. So why not just leave? Why not just leave? If you don't went through one time, two times, three times, why not just leave? Now you become a whole investigator that
I never investigated at all, because in that situation, talk to me real quick. 1 second. Give me like 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'm going to put my phone on mute 1 second.
you got to go get your thoughts together. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I just put you on the spot then. What up, Snoop? What up, Chris? What up, Shar? Y'all still here? Y'all call in. Y'all can still call in while she's on the line. We can have a three-way conversation. Let's get it in.
Okay, so no, I wouldn't. I just had some background noise going on, so I was trying to remove that background noise.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I never became an investigator. I think if it did probably investigate, I probably would have, you know what I'm saying? But I think in that situation, it taught me not to ever get involved for anything outside of love, if that matters. I ain't gonna say not love. I'm just gonna say at some point you become numb to a situation when you don't went through it, and so you got so much invested in something that it's just not that easy to walk away from it. So I didn't investigate it because at that point the situation kept reoccurring. So I had become numb to it anyway. It didn't matter to me no more. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I was just working and building my business. You know, I had tapped out that marriage. So, you know, we became roommates at that point. You know, roommates, business partners, whatever you want to call it. You know, it had stopped being a marriage a long time ago. So there was no need to investigate because there was nothing that was going on that could hurt me anymore. The hurt had already occurred, and I was over it. See, women tap out of situations long before they leave situations. A woman when she'll be already over this whole situation 5 years ago. But she's still in it, thinking, you know, maybe something will change. But for the most part, women leave mentally, emotionally, long before they leave physically.
Before they pack their shit up and leave.
Yeah, so at that point, just honestly, I wasn't investigating anything, and I never investigated nothing. It always came to me right there in my lap because I was very trusting. I felt almost naive to the situation. That's what caused the most hurt because it's not what a person does, it's the deceit of the situation, especially when you didn't think that a person would do that to you. But when you find out, you know, you become numb to it, and it's kind of like, whatever. So I had already tapped out that. I just was still there. But I always vowed that the next time I got involved with someone, it was going to be someone that I was able to have communication openly with, and that we were able to be transparent, and I would be more, you know, learn patience. I tried to learn from things that I may have felt were flaws because I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is. That's why pencils got erasers. But I try to learn from those things and listen to your partner. If you care enough about a person, you learn to love them the way that they need to be loved and give them what they need to, you know, be given. But that's grooming. You have to, you know what I'm saying? So that's what openness comes in. You have to tell a person what you need from them very transparently. Don't assume that they know. And that's not asking them to change their personality. Asking somebody to meet your needs is not asking them to change who they are. That's just telling them, hey, I really do like you and I really care a lot about you, but this is what I need to be comfortable. Can you do this?
Mm-hmm.
So and you, like you said, I don't like to be questioned. Okay. Somebody that may have not known that, you know, and they may have not felt like they were questioning you to be your mother or this. Maybe they was questioning you for comfort within their self to feel transparent in a situation that they're in.
All right, now let me say this. You know, I'm going to tell you a reason why a lot of men, as a man, I'm not speaking for every man. I'm just throwing this out there, generally speaking, okay? A lot of men so used to women. Matter of fact, first of all, I think a lot of people get into relationships because what they can get. I don't think it's more out of love. I think it's more out of what they can get. If a woman go to a basketball game, she's seeking somebody that's rich, right?
Right. Right.
So I think it's people out trying to get a financial gain. Damn, I just lost my thought just that fast. Damn, I had a good one too. I just lost my thought, but it's gonna come back to me.
Age
I think I'm getting that dementia, y'all. I'm getting that dementia. Damn, I just lost my thought. Go ahead, say what you were saying.
You were saying that you think that people are just out for what they can get. Situation you don't think it's love, but we already spoke on that. We don't think like relationships nowadays are not. You know what I'm saying? For love, a lot of people don't want love. A lot of people just want help. But that's when you find somebody when you got somebody. Let me tell you something. The thing about a woman, when she really, really care about you, she ain't gonna ask you for nothing. She doesn't require any of those things from you. Like if you got somebody that if a woman tries to show you that, hey, I got you just like I would want you to have me, then that means she's not out for anything that you have but you. You have to watch what people do and how they move with you, not what they tell you. And after a while, if a person is moving the same with you over a long period of time, then that means that person is in it for the long haul.
I see you, Snoop. I see you, boy. Go ahead.
a lot of people will keep up an act for a certain amount of time, but that's not gonna last for long. Because if it's not genuine, they'll already give up on it. They'll be like, you know what? I ain't gonna keep doing this. This has been going on too long, you know. But if a person is genuinely steady, showing up for you the same way every day, showing you that they are in it for the long haul, showing you that hey, I'm not trying to. There's, I'm not trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? This ain't. I'm gonna get you, sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm really in this with you. I want us to build something together. I got you, and I want you to have me. That's somebody who's genuinely there for you. They're not there to just take from you. They're there to add. See, men need to stop getting things in their life that does nothing but subtract. Subtract your peace, subtract your time, subtract your energy. Find you somebody that cares about you, that wants to add to your life. They want to add value. They see the best in you, and they want to wake up and figure out how I can help you get to what I already see in you.
And I'm gonna say
I
this.
already see this value.
I'm gonna say
Go
this
ahead.
too. I'm gonna have to give y'all some credit, ladies. I think a lot of us men do have some toxic masculinity, to where our pride and our egos, we have to be so prideful and egotistical to where that kind of disrupt
Right.
our character in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like for instance, we was talking earlier with Damon. He was like, instead of him, if he had a bad situation, instead of
Right.
him moving in with a female, right, he'd rather sleep on the streets.
He's sleep on the street.
I'm gonna go and
Right.
tell
And
you
I
now.
said that's just
I
prideful.
ain't gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now, motherfucker. If I have a bad situation, I I might not wanna. I might not want to stay with a female because I know I don't want to stay with a female. I want to have my own shit. That's just being a man. I want to have my own shit, and
Right.
I might need a female to stay with him for a month, 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Until I can get myself back on my feet, and I don't see no
Right.
problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Just like somebody else. Like us men, we so fucking, it's toxic masculinity. Masculinity.
Right.
If we got a best friend, we got a homeboy that go through a situation, ain't got nowhere to live, ain't got no family to help him.
Right.
We feel like it's a problem to help our brother, like letting him stay with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I think we need more black love in our community.
But you know, the reason why a lot of men are not, and I'm just gonna say this: a lot of men don't accept that help because a lot of women will come back and throw that in your face. And I'm not saying all women do, because I would never do any of these things. However, I'm not gonna say I don't see it done. A spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? If I see men doing something, I'm gonna speak on that. And if I see things that women do, I'm gonna say, okay, yeah, some women will do that. A lot of time a man won't accept that help because the first time that woman get mad at you, she makes you feel less than a man about it. You over here on my motherfucking cow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Or they speak on it to everybody else. I had to help that nigga do, he couldn't even do this. You know what I'm talking about? And then vice versa. Like when women say, hey, I want you to tell me, open up to me and tell me this. And then as soon as a man open up and share something with that woman in a vulnerable moment, or peace, as soon as she get mad, she throw that back up in his face. That, and then so that man shuts back down. And
Mm-hmm.
then now you have this man that doesn't know who he can genuinely accept help from, because or do she not mind giving me this help now because she love me? Okay, how she gonna treat me when she don't, or when she angry at me? She gonna go talk about me and tell everybody what she done and how I did this and that. So then men are so much more reserved in wanting to just stick it out and tough it out and do it themselves, so that they don't have to have somebody strip them of their manhood as soon as a heated moment comes about and things are not so comfortable. Now I'm throwing this in your face.
Yeah, that's some real shit you just said. I gotta get some love on that one now. That was some real shit you just said. That was some real shit.
You know?
Y'all call in. Feel free to call in. Anybody want to call in?
Thank you for your visit.
You see Snoop on here, don't you?
Because I ain't watching it. I ain't got it because I got to put the phone on speaker to look at the live feed. So I ain't got it on. I ain't looking at it right now.
Damn, I wish I can remember my thought that I had, man. I done sit here and drunk a little Hennessy,
I
y'all.
wish you could have.
Damn,
But you know,
I had a good little point. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but that's just real talk. Like I mean, life is short, man. Like it's really hard to find genuine people. You know what I'm saying? And people like people for a lot of different reasons. You know what I'm talking about? Like this, it may be 10 women that like DM the plug, and all 10 of those women got different reasons why they like DM the plug. You know what I'm saying? They might like his hair, or they might like whatever that not regular, or this or that. You know what I'm saying? But do they like DM the plug on his fucked up ass, mean ass days? Do they like him when his attitude ain't the best?
Yeah, do you
You know
love
what I'm
me?
saying?
Do you love me when I'm at my worst? When my attitude
Right.
bad, when I'm not feeling good, when I just want to just be lazy? Do you love me the same? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or when that mouth get reckless and you say mean things, or you know what I'm saying? Like, do you come back around after those things? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and do I treat you the same when you treat me
But
bad?
when you're in a
That's
relationship and you know the person that you with and you know they might say some mean things, but you know that's not their character. Maybe they just, a toothache can make a motherfucker
right.
say anything. Being in the
Yeah.
heat, being in the heat in the July, August will make you say some crazy, wicked shit. But you know that's not that person's character. Can you look past that?
If you really love them, you do. If
That
that person keeps coming back and you wonder, like, dang, this motherfucker like a fly that I just can't swat out my house. That person coming back in those uncomfortable moments because you mean something to that person,
hey,
and that's
you
what
you need to get you a man. Why you ain't no man?
I'm wondering the same thing.
You
Because I don't choose. I want what I want and not what is available.
you
I won't get into another situation with something that I know that I wouldn't want to go through the
But
ugly
see, I
with.
thought you was gonna come
Same.
back. I thought you was gonna come back with like, okay, well, why you ain't got you no woman? You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought you were gonna come back with. But
I would have, but I watched. I was trying to watch a video. I was trying to be polite. You know what I'm saying? But this real shit though, because I'm not. It doesn't matter to me if I get in a relationship or not, because I've already had my mindset. I've tasted what I want, and I won't settle for nothing less than that, because I know that taste could be something I could die with versus just working on something else. I don't want to work on it. I want it to be natural. I want it to be like, oh man, I still like this person
Gino,
even
I
when
see
he's
you, boy. I
fucked
see you,
up.
Gino. Gino said if you love a person, you would never make them feel uncomfortable. That's a good fact. I gotta.
Mhm. No, that's not true. That's not true, because people. I get what he's saying, but sometimes people get You can say something to someone. A
Snoop said
man.
we stupid. Go ahead.
Some women have. I have
Well,
soft
hold on.
feelings.
What you said? You said that's not true. That is true. He said if you love a person, you never make them feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable could be hurting their feelings. So you telling me you ain't never hurt the feelings of somebody that you love?
Yeah, you right. And guess what? You could love a person. They might want to have sex that night, and you tired.
Right.
And
Now
you tired.
guess
Now
what?
yeah,
And they
they
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
They bothered and
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
they
I'm just
one
saying, so you got to look at how
yeah,
that.
one of them might want to go out to eat on a dinner night, and the other one don't. They tired.
Right. So
So that's
anytime somebody
uncomfortable.
is uneasy with their feelings, they're uncomfortable. So that doesn't mean you don't love them. There's going to be bad times. Things are not going to be good all the time. But is this person somebody that you love in those bad times?
Mm-hmm.
When this person says some of the most messed up stuff to you in the moment, and you know that person probably don't mean it, and you done cried your eyes out, how are you going to treat them? Are you going to retaliate? Because that's only going to make a bad situation worse.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to make it better? Both of y'all can't be on the same level. Somebody got to know. And most times, you know what I'm saying, a lot of women don't want to. We don't want to bow down a lot of times. A lot of women be like, I ain't finna, he ain't gonna talk to me like that. Sometimes just leave the man alone.
Hey, let's
Like,
hold on.
come back tomorrow.
Let's take a little break. Let me play this theme song for them in case they ain't heard it. I want them to hear the theme song. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, y'all pay attention to the theme song. Tell me what y'all think about it, and we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back on this topic, but it's getting late. We've been on here an hour and 34 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up soon, okay?
Sounds good.
And we didn't have
Go
any
ahead
other.
and pop
I
this.
was hoping somebody else called in, but nobody
Yeah,
called
I
in.
want to communicate with somebody. Y'all know we all can talk
Yeah,
now,
y'all see the number. Y'all see the number flashing across the bottom of the screen. Y'all could have called in, but anyway, I'm gonna play this song. If y'all wanna call in, y'all call in. Tell me what y'all think about this song. I think it's a beautiful song. I think this is my theme song.
Life's a gamble, cars in the air. Stack decks cheating, but nobody cares. You hustle or fold, that's the game we play. The dealer's blind to the price we pay. Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. Politicians lie while the streets stay raw. Laws get written, but who writes the law? Rich stay climbing, poor dig deep. Dreams so cheap while the shadows creep. Hey, money is power, so they say. But what's the cost when your soul's in play? Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. What will you do when the stakes rise high? When the truth's a whisper and the world's a lie. Better know your line, what you won't cross. A win's no win when your soul is lost. I'm D in the plug. Tune in the day and the word to the wise if you don't know what you in the day and the word to the wise if you don't know what you will do for.
Did y'all hear that?
Tune in the day and the word to the wise if you don't know what you will do for money. You better in the plug. Don't win when your soul is lost.
Hello.
In the plug. In the motherfucking plug.
What you will do for money, you better know what
You don't know what you'll do for money, you better know what you won't do for it. All right, enough
I
of
like that song. I like that.
that. Hey, that's a hit. That's a hit. But anyway, y'all. Hey, Snoop said, sis, you need your own talk show about men and women.
I know it's crazy that I really, you know what I'm talking about, bro? Like, I get it, but it took years. Life will teach you lessons that you don't learn nowhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I think that what I'm ready for in life now, you weren't ready for that because you didn't have that type of understanding. I had to learn that sometimes it ain't always about you in that relationship. Somebody got to dim the light. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying that somebody else is outshadowing the other person, but somebody gotta. Everybody can't have they own go. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta just learn. And another thing that I learned and life has taught me, bro, is that it ain't always about you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when men are upset or they feel some type of way, and this was my main thing. Like anytime a man go cold or not wanting to talk, I automatically be like, "What did I do? What did I do? Well, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And that can become aggravating within itself. And I try to learn to teach myself now that it ain't always something you did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may just be life, and men ain't so quick to want to discuss what they going through with their woman or nobody else because sometimes they feel like if they come to their woman with what they going through, that's a sign of weakness. She might see me as weak if I tell her I'm having a bad day. Because men, sometimes life make men feel like they not allowed to have bad days. That they not allowed to have, feel some type of way about what's going on today. Like, and if they express those things, that that's making them some type of less than a man with that when that's not true.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make a man less than a man because he's going through the same freaking emotions that a woman goes through. Now, how he handles them, you know what I'm saying, is different. But men go through the same emotions that women go through. But they feel like they can't have an outlet to express those things. So now they have they don't want to be bothered. But the first thing when they don't want to bother, we feel like, women, we feel like, oh, what did I do? Oh, it must be another woman. It must be this. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to talk to me today. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? What did I do to him? And sometimes, you got the story. I learned to realize that, maybe he's just having a bad day. How about maybe you just hit him up and say, look, I don't know what's going on today, but I hope you're doing okay. Just show some concern. If you feel like you want to talk about it, I'm here. I've learned that, you know what I'm saying? And life just taught me these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, it didn't come natural. It came with time and growth.
All right, I just realized what my thought was that I lost a while ago. Snoop said, let me reword that. That came off all wrong, not saying nothing about you. Oh no, I ain't take that no type of way, bro. you know, you like a brother to me. I ain't feel like you meant nothing by that. You know, we go way back. You know, it's all love. I ain't feel no type of way about that. But back to my thought,
Exactly.
a lot of men so used to running to women to all they got is they hand out. They ain't got nothing to
You
offer. They feel like just cause they
right,
got a nice body, a pretty face, that's all it takes.
right.
What about your character? What can you offer me? Instead of you always asking me for something, asking me beg, I ain't gonna say begging, but asking me for something.
Right, right. I feel you.
What is it that what can you offer me? You think that pretty face means something? You think just cause you giving me sex that means something to me?
Right,
Or any man, or just like a man just giving you money. He just giving you money.
right,
A man, rich man giving you money, a female money. Like that,
right. Because men want to feel like they are a prize too.
I mean, it's more. It's more. Like he feel like he can give you
Right.
some money just to keep your mouth closed, just for you to shut the fuck up,
Facts.
right? You gonna
Right.
feel some type of way, right?
Of course.
But what about the emotional support, and other things? You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So you know, people just like I'm gonna blame it on society. I ain't gonna lie to you. The same way I blame society on the way we treat each other as a race, the way we treat each other as a black race is the same reason it coincides with the way we look at relationships.
Correct.
And I blame it all on society
Yeah,
because
because everybody always feels like enough is never enough. I stand on that. Like my main thing, is that I feel like men will go out their way when they trying to get a woman. You know what I'm saying? They roll the red carpet out. You know what I'm saying? But then you become complacent once you feel like gained that attention and got her to a certain level that you want her at when it comes to, you or that male. But then they don't keep that same energy up because guess what? Now I've already conquered this. You know what I mean? And here's this next level of temptation. Let me try to see if I can conquer that because enough is never enough. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, the grass will be green wherever you water it at. You have to pour into every situation if you wanted to make it. Nothing can last without being nurtured and fed. So you can't starve something and think that it's gonna be healthy or grow. You know what I mean? But society, the internet, social media, all of these things always are advertising more, 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 more. And so you sometimes men will and women will navigate from what you already have because you're being tempted with the fact that, well, if this is this good, I wonder what else out there. Well, this one I had this going on, but maybe I could add to that. Ooh, that'll make that even better instead of being, content with what you already got. It wouldn't grow.
I got a
But you,
caller. I got a caller. I'm gonna add him on the line with you. What it do? What it do? Yo yo,
What up with you, brother?
what's up, man? Tell the people where you calling from. You can make up a place. Tell them where you calling from.
Well, I've been sick.
hello?
All right, all right. Can you hear the other guest? Say something.
Yeah.
All right. Can you?
I'm on line. I'm on your line, man.
I already know. I already. Danielle, can you hear him? Danielle.
Hello?
All right. Can you hear him?
Hold on, miss took the call.
Yeah,
No.
can you?
You
Nah, you hear me?
you can't hear him?
Yeah, I can hear her.
He hear you.
I don't know if I'm hearing her from the live or from the phone call.
All right. What's up with you though, brother?
Man, no, I don't know, man. Basically laying big lines, man. Conversation, man. And I just want to add a little input on that. Uh, as far as what men look for in women and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I take it as, 9 times out of 10 when you're young, you look for, like you said, the physical attributes of a woman. You feel me? Like, you looking at the face, the buying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you go and you shop and you have shopping or something like that, man, you don't go looking for what's in the basement, man. You gonna go what's going on in the attic. You feel me? Man, so to speak. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I basically feel like a lot of we chasing things. You know what I'm saying? That ain't really deemed worthy of chasing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you're the attribute of a woman or a man. You know what I'm saying? And you lose yourself in that. You lose yourself in all of that. You know what I mean?
I
Can
get
you hear me
that.
pretty good? Yeah, yeah, and that wasn't one.
Hey, hey, you got something playing in the background or something?
Uh-uh. I got you on speakerphone because I'm on a live too. That's probably why you sound it sounds like that.
All right. Snoop.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Danielle, can you hear him? Danielle. Hold on, Snoop. Hold on. Let me get her back on.
Yeah, she said something about birds to call or something.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Danielle. Hold on. Yeah, that was my fault. I fucked up.
Yeah, she said you ain't merged or something like that.
Hello.
All right, there you go. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Snoop.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, all
Can
right.
she hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can hear everybody.
All right.
Okay. What about now?
Huh?
What about now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, well that's all I had. That's all I had pretty much. You know what I'm saying, for the most part.
No,
I was
say that
saying,
again, cause she might want to comment on something you said. Being as a female, say what you said again.
right. So basically what I was saying was when we was living young, some still do it now to this day. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
They look at
Hold on. Daniel, can you hear him pretty good?
It's kind of staticky.
Yeah, you said you got it on speakerphone. Turn that speaker off.
yeah, I just took it back out. Can she hear me pretty good
Yeah,
now?
we hear you better now.
Yeah, you can hear
Okay,
better.
that's what it was. That's what it was then. But like I was saying, a lot of times when we were younger, some still do it now. You know what I mean? As far as like looking for the physical attributes in a person, male or
Right.
female.
Mhm.
When you go house shopping or house hunting, with significant other or whatnot. As a man, I'm gonna say it from a man's point of view. When you go looking for a house or a house shopping, you go looking for the things of value are in the attic. You know what I'm saying? Most folks go looking for stuff in the attic, but men want beautiful women or cute shapes and stuff of that nature.
Right.
And so therefore, you looking for stuff in the basement, not so much the mind. You get what I'm saying? So you
Right.
can't trick yourself. You can trick yourself and get this glamour girl, and she ain't got nothing upstairs. And you
That
trick
part.
yourself. And you trick yourself off your square. Like, oh man, I'm not dating that woman. She big, or she look like this, or she look like that.
Right. Right.
Because you worried about what everybody else think, and not valuing what's great for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're looking for a trophy for the
in all
world.
The wrong place. Yeah, you're looking in all the wrong places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might have Jesus in a jar in your mix, in your grass, but if you looking for what everybody else looking for, or what everybody else think about or feel, then you gonna be shit out of luck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Right. Because then when they do when they act out and do the things that you be like, well, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying, I'm having these problems because you didn't check the resume, because the resume was full with things with superficial, you know what I'm saying, qualifications.
Right.
You didn't have no solid qualifications on the resume. You didn't, you just, kind of passed over all of that because you thought you could teach them those other things. But you can't teach an old dog new trick.
I'm gonna say this, and this ain't throwing shade on nobody. Like I've been married myself. You know what I mean? Everybody was
Right.
looking at the beautiful attributes of the person that I was with. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
it was even my pastor now was, you know what I'm saying, basically, nobody think you got a beautiful wife, but you jealous of who you have. You get what I'm saying? And it was never that. They couldn't see what I was seeing, or they couldn't understand what I was going through
The,
on the
the
back end.
the
You
people
get
on
what
the
I'm saying?
outside, they don't never know what's going on the
Right,
inside.
right. So when things unfolded and everything started to show itself, now everybody see, everybody understand. Oh, it wasn't him. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Stuff of that nature. So when you're dealing with people like that, in your mind, you looking at the beautiful fireworks. You get what I'm saying? Like people just
Mhm.
don't have the kind of common knowledge to understand. Like, man, them people not for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to get somebody
Right,
that's for you.
and I'm glad you said that. Okay, stay right there on that, bro. Let me speak on that. And I want to say this because I know sometimes when I speak on my situation, my past situation, because I was married as well, and I say, you know what, I didn't want it to ever come off like I was bashing my ex-husband because I'm not. I
Right.
want to say this when you said for me. Just because he wasn't for me down to the core doesn't mean he ain't for somebody. Right. He was a great guy, but not for me.
Not to cut you off, yeah, and I get that because he might have been the world worst for you, or he might have been a great father, or he might
Right.
not been the best husband. You get what I'm saying? I got that a
Right.
lot, like you know what I'm saying, and I can't play the blame game with my ex-wife because it's a lot of stuff I did myself personally.
Right.
I had to take ownership. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like to take accountability for what they put down. You know what I'm saying? Karma
Right.
don't have
That's
no
why I
expiration
said
date.
right. That's why I said earlier, find you somebody that is for you that you can deal with those things because we see these things in the beginning. If I would be lying if I didn't say that some of the things that ended that was the cause of the marriage failing in the end, that I didn't see glimpses of those things somewhat in the beginning, but they look smaller then. You know what I'm saying? But then when a person not compatible with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about things that y'all can work on when it comes to understanding don't do this because I don't like this. I'm talking about characteristics of a person's character. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that are embedded in a person. Things that people do that you don't like, those things you can work on. I don't like when you do this. Can we work on that? I can work on that because I love you enough to work on that. Those things, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like people personalities. You knew damn well, or I knew damn well what type of I was an outgoing person. You understand what I'm saying? But you think these things get better because you really do care about the person. But stop settling. Find you somebody that you like the ugly. That the ugly don't bother you. You see this ugly, they've already showed you their ugly side. And if the ugly side is something that you feel like you couldn't deal with, don't think it's going to be something you can deal with long term. If you hurt my feelings today and it hurt me to the point that I feel like I want you to change, I don't want you to stop doing it. No, this is a person, this is a part of this person. Can you deal with this? To a certain extent. Do you like that ugly side? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying it like that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody perfect. Gonna be bad days. Do you like me on my bad days?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think when I found somebody that I liked on my bad days, that's what made me say I will never settle for something that I don't see myself being able to grow old with. If I like you on your bad days, I'm gonna stick around and just wait on you to come around because I like you, nigga, on your bad days.
Even with that, you have to be careful and mindful of that because also if they giving you bad days and it ain't worth the hassle down the stretch,
All right.
you have to refrain.
Make sure they're worth it.
Refrain from this.
Right. You got to make sure that it's worth it.
In some cases, you have to. I like me personally. Since my situation of the past, I had a situation of the past, but I tend to like push people's buttons further than I would normally push them just to see
Mm-hmm.
how far they would go or how far I can stretch it because I need to really see where you at, where you stand with me.
You
get
know
what
what?
I'm
I was like, right.
Like,
And then the plug. Do you think that men do that? Do men do that often?
I can't speak for all men. Once again, I'm my individual self.
Okay.
I don't intentionally push people buttons. I only push buttons. I only say what I feel need to be said. I only do what I feel need to be done. I don't intentionally push people buttons
right,
to make them mad at me. I don't want no enemies. I don't want nobody mad at me unnecessarily. But if I gotta say what I gotta say or do
and
what
one
I gotta do to prove my point or what I'm trying to say to you to make you understand, then that's just what it is. And it's up to you if you get
Mm-hmm.
it or not.
right, right, and I understand that, but in the midst of all that, you got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard it took you to get back from where you was, that dark place you was. You know what I'm saying in life. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? So
Facts.
when you done did all the shadow work and the deep
Right.
dive to reconfigure your whole life, you don't let nobody
Right.
play on that.
Right.
Period. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
we as people,
And you you
we
can
allow people
intertwine
to
this.
put us
You can intertwine this. This ain't gotta
right,
just be man woman relations. This could be homeboys. Um,
right.
like for instance, homeboy want to come to my house, knowing he got the police on him, knowing they watching him, but you want to come sit in my yard
Right,
and sell your dope. No, homeboy. No,
right.
no.
Nah, we ain't doing that. We
Yeah,
ain't doing
it
that.
ain't no love lost, but I'm gonna say
Right.
what I gotta say, and whether you like it or not, nigga, you ain't finna come upon my peace. This is where I lay my head. This is where my
Correct.
peace at. When I go outside, when I step outside my door, I had to step out into the world where it's loud, it's crazy, it's a wicked place. My home is
Right.
my peace,
Right,
but you wanna come cause problems to my house? And the
right.
same thing with a
Case in
female.
case,
Same thing with a female. If a female come over, if I feel like she imposing on my peace, and my comfort zone, it's the same thing, man. I just can't deal with it. I
right,
don't give a fuck who you is,
right,
how much you might say you love me, how much I may love you. My peace is the only
right,
thing that I can control in this world.
Right.
right. That very much understandable. I had a situation like that similar, uh, not too long ago. You know, a so-called partner. I'm gonna say so-called because a so-called it's just like me beefing with folks and then saying, I'm finna come by your crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang out by your crib,
You feel me?
knowing that's where your kids reside at, knowing that's where you stay at, that's knowing where your old lady be. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
And endanger them with my foolery. You get what I'm saying?
right,
I would never do that as a partner. You get what I'm saying? I would never do that as a friend
right.
because I know that's where your kids reside. I know that's where you reside. Now, if you own that with me, then hey, of course, I need you to hire me out. I need you to hire me out. I'm lay low by you for a couple of days, try to gather my thoughts or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Right.
not finna be coming down by me, kicking it, knowing you got some warfare going on, endanger me and my kids. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we ain't gonna play ball like that. That ain't no real homeboy. That ain't no real love. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Right. Because a person that love you not gonna put you in no type of harm's way or jeopardy.
Facts,
I'm gonna give you another
facts.
example
If they
before I
can't
go.
add, that's what I was talking about adding. If you can't pay, if you got people in your life that's only subtracting and not adding, then you might need to do some subtracting.
I'm gonna give you another example. Let's say you get into a beef with a dude. You call one of your family members. No, I ain't calling my family members because let's say they die. Let's say they get killed. That's gonna be on my conscience. I call them to
Right,
that situation. Same
right,
thing if
Right.
I get into a female and I got an old lady and I call my female and say, hey, look, I can't put my hands on this woman. Would you come handle that? And that woman end up stabbing her to death. That's on my conscience. I don't call nobody for my situations. If I can't deal with it for myself, I'm not a fucking man. I'm not gonna
right,
put my kid, my child, my woman, my homeboy, none of my family members in my situations. I hope they have
right,
I hope I have their support. You feel me? I hope I have their support and
Right.
knowing if they know me like they say they know me, they know that I ain't out here starting no shit. I ain't starting no
right,
shit.
Right.
right, right,
Any problem I get in, somebody fucking with me. and I'm doing everything I
Right.
can to defend myself.
So, boy, yeah, I had a situation like that similar, man. You've been knowing me for a very long time, both of y'all, pretty much our whole lives. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I would never call nail one of y'all when I got a situation going on and tell you I need some help with handling something in the street or you know what I'm saying, stuff of that nature. Like
Right.
that ain't real. Like you said, you ain't in just endangering you. You endanger the ones around you. People guilty by association.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And
And,
even if I
Right.
got something going on, you can't even ride with me right now. You know what I mean?
and I'm gonna tell you
Like
how
I'm not
I'm gonna
gonna
tell you how
have you
so
around me.
I'm gonna tell you how pussy some people is. You get into a little smaller altercation. I'm talking make it be a little smaller argument. That once the argument is over, y'all go y'all separate ways. Ain't nobody else got to know about the situation, right? Because it was small. It
Right.
ain't worth going and telling nobody. So a lot of times when people go and tell somebody, man, I just got into it with this nigga such and such. Nigga, you really calling for help because that ain't even nothing to go tell.
Right.
That wasn't even nothing to go
Right.
Right.
tell.
Yeah, people do like that. They got that bad, man. They got that so bad, bro. And it done endangered a lot of people.
And
You
then
know
you
what I
get in, you
mean?
get into it with a nigga, they'll say, on Crip. Man, Crip ain't got nothing to do with this, nigga. This me and you.
Right, right, right,
But see,
right.
they
Man, I
calling
ain't
for the Crips to join in when they say on Crip. Nigga, this ain't about no
yeah,
Crip. This about me and you, man to man.
man. Listen, man, and this ain't no, ex member. You know what I'm saying? But man, you can ask them guys, man. When I got shot, man, I never told nobody, never called nobody, asked for no assistance, none of that. Even when I was in the hospital, you know what I told? I said, man, look, man, I just want my mama house security because I don't know what make the outcome. I'm in here. I don't know what may happen, but I want to make sure my mama them straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I ain't asked nobody to do nothing. I ain't asked nobody to move on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff like that
Right.
can be detrimental because in the process of folks moving on that situation without me knowing, my kids like to got hit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. We're gonna go and wrap this up.
So
Say
when,
say your last little thoughts, man. We've been on here like 2 hours. We're gonna go and wrap this up. You
Yeah.
got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting
Anything
about
else
that
you want to
time.
go and get out? Let's go and get it out because we gotta go and wrap this up. But I
I'm,
will say
I'm,
this,
I'm, I'm
I will say this. I think this is your first time calling in. I appreciate you calling in. I know it's late and you called in. Man, I appreciate your support, man. And I hope you continue and tell all your partners and your homegirls and your family members to tune in, man. We talk about real stuff. It ain't about that
yeah,
bullshit
I
on here.
just shared it, man, before I came on. That's what I was doing, sharing, put it on. I posted on my story, so you know what I'm saying. And every time you go on, and I get it, and I see it, and I ain't sleeping, then I'm gonna do the same thing because I want the flourish. I told you that was one of my dreams, the podcast. You get what I'm saying? And I applaud you, brother. You said you were gonna do it, and you're doing it.
Well, just like you said it was your dream, just like you on here now, we can make it both our dream.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't no selfish ass
Hey,
person. Now I ain't saying
now you,
depending on the technology, I might not be able to have you on the camera all the time. You might just have to go through the voice like we doing now. You feel me?
right, right.
So yeah,
Yeah, but
man.
and you're gonna be bringing people in, for your eventually, for your live studio interviews. So
Right,
you know what I
interviews.
mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that
this ain't no shade. This ain't no shade when I said it's many people doing this right now. They ain't started out major neither. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? 2 years from now, who's to say it's gonna turn into what it needs to turn into. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why I say I
Hey,
applaud you, brother.
it may take 5, but who's to know? If I don't
It,
keep pushing it, we never know.
absolutely, absolutely,
yep.
absolutely.
Big
I'm gonna
things
help you
always
do it.
so it. That's
I,
what's
I
up.
always say I think the best things come to you when you got patience, when you wait a while for it. You ever had this
Yeah,
That's
Snoop?
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Snoop, you ever had this woman that you wanted in high school, and about 10 years later, you know what I'm saying, you finally get her. You know what I'm saying? It mean a
Yeah,
lot more. You know what I'm saying? You get
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Or this
yeah.
job,
That's
or
that's
this
that's
job that you wanted for so long, and you finally get that opportunity to get that job. It mean more to you because you know what it felt like to wait for it.
right. That's the itch you be scratching. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Get
let
it?
me go
I
get some
get it.
Benadryl. I've been scratching my itch a long time.
Chris asked me have we went live on TikTok. Now I'm gonna do that. Damn, I should have did that tonight. I could have went live on TikTok.
You should have.
Damn.
You should have.
Can't you ain't where to share it or whatnot?
Yeah, I can share it on TikTok, but I could have went live on TikTok at the same time too. I'm
Damn, yeah.
live on Facebook and YouTube right now. I'm doing YouTube and Facebook, but I could have put it
Right.
on fucking TikTok also. But yeah, y'all,
Yeah.
man, I gotta go and close it up,
Snoop, what
man.
you thought about the theme song?
Huh?
What you thought
I
about the
was
theme song?
I heard it a little bit, but I was what's the name? I was like I said, was sharing it on my story.
Oh.
Let me hear. Let me let you
Yeah.
hear. It. I'm gonna play it as I'm going out. When the sun go over, when the sun go off, that's the end of the stream. I'm finna play it for you right now. And we're gonna conclude this video. And I'm gonna call you when this video, when I turn the stream off, I'm gonna call you, Snoop. But
All
listen
right,
to
all
it
right,
as the sun go off. I'm gonna end the stream. Hey,
all right.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate y'all support. I hope y'all continue to support. God bless and good night. Listen to the song, Snoop.
All right, all right.
I'm tripping. No, I don't. That ain't it. That ain't it. Let me stop that. Let me stop that. Right there.
I feel got me weak. Life's a gamble, cards in the air. Stack decks cheating, but nobody cares.
Oh, I'm tripping, bro.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. My bad.
Hustle or fold, that's the game we play. The dealer's blind to the price we pay. Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. Politicians lie while the streets stay raw. Laws get written, but who writes the law? Rich stay climbing, poor dig deep. Dreams so cheap while the shadows creep. Hey, money is power, so they say. But what's the cost when your soul's in play? Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. What will you do when the stakes rise high? When the truth's a whisper and the world's a lie. Better know your line, what you won't cross. A win's no win when your soul is lost. Yeah. I'm D in the plug. Yeah. Tune in the day and the word to the wise. If you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you will do for it. You better know what you won't do for it.
Hey, God bless. Good night. Snoop, I'm about to call you, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. Good night.